Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
It's Mark again this week. Actually, no, wait, you weren't here last week. It was Ruben
Oh,
for Deadpool.
oh yeah. I don't know what was the last video. The boy.
Yeah, you were in The Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, anyways, Mark's back. So we just got out of The Witch. Really, really good movie.
hmm
Very, very psychological, old school
A lot of
horror.
tension. Not a lot of pop-ups, which is good. It's not about the pop-ups. It's about the mentally messes with you.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric. It builds everything up. It sets everything up. The story's pretty well thought out. It was pretty well written. In fact, I don't even know like how much of it was written by the writers or by the screenwriter, because there's a little thingy that says like
Oh,
they got a lot of the dialogue from like actual like accounts and
witchcraft
journals and stuff.
sources.
But yeah, so the acting was pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I dug all the performances.
Black Phillip, I'm telling you.
But yeah, overall, a very, very good horror movie. Well, again, I don't even know if I'd call it a horror movie. It's more of a psychological thriller, drama, tinge of drama, mystery kind of thing.
hmm
Um, Definitely go see it if you're a fan of horror.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't expect like the typical, like you said. There's like not like there's like really no jump scares. I mean, there's maybe like one that's
Was not really like.
yeah. It doesn't even seem like it's intentional.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I would, like I said, definitely check it out. And now that that's out of the way, we can get into spoilers.
Oh yes.
So this is one of those movies, well, where the trailer kind of
kind of
points
showed.
out a lot of the plot
Yeah, kind of
points.
showcased a little bit too much of the in the trailer.
Yeah, so it's about this puritanical family who they're cast out of their settlement for some reason. I wasn't really.
Oh, it's kind of hard to understand
Yeah, they speak
their
in
language.
typical puritanical English, kind of old school, old English. So it kind of took a while for me to like adjust to it and like pick up what they were saying. So they were kicked out of the settlement for some reason. Then they move out to the edge of the woods.
Very rural, nothing.
It's the wilderness,
Yeah.
basically. So it's just them on this farm. They have corn, have goats, a horse. So it starts off like the witch stuff starts off with Tomlinson. So she's the daughter, like the main character. Then you have the dad, the mom. I think the mom's Kate. I don't remember what the dad's name was.
Not sure.
Uh,
Caleb.
Her younger brother, like the middle one, Caleb, and then you have their or not two daughters.
The twins,
Yeah,
I
the
guess.
twins. They're
Yeah.
like youngest one, or well, youngest, so to speak, after the baby gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
Mercy and what was the other one's name?
Oh, I forgot.
He's not really that important. Anyways, and then the baby Samson, the baby that you see in the trailer that's Tomlinson's playing peekaboo with. So she does that. He disappears. Cuts to the witch in the woods. She's basically she kidnaps
the baby.
the baby,
Samson.
kills it. Is like churning butter with its body.
Like all his blood and guts.
Yeah.
Rubs it all over her body.
Yeah, it's a very, very graphic scene. Well, I mean, they don't. It's graphic in the sense it's a, like implied graphic. They don't really show them actually like killing the baby, but so yeah, that happens. I'm guessing that's when she curses the family, kind of.
Oh yeah.
And then so from then on, like the mom's like all grieving.
She's all delusional.
Caleb and the dad got into the woods to hunt because they need food. Their crops are dying. They're just not going to make it through the winter. You know, typical Puritan New England stuff. So they've come across this rabbit. It's like this weird cross-eyed rabbit kind of thing.
Yeah.
The dad tries to shoot it. He ends up backfiring and hitting his eye. Well, he doesn't really hit his eye, but I don't know. It was like the powder sprays in his eye or something.
Yeah.
They leave, go go back to the farm. Then let's see, next important thing. Pretty much when okay, so they come to a point when Kate and the dad, or
have
the mom and the
to
dad,
make a decision.
yeah, they're kind of like trying to figure out what to do because they know they're not going to really make it through.
Their crops, no crops, so.
So they end up deciding they're going to sell Tomlinson. They're going to take her back to town, marry her off, and use the money to survive, pretty much, like whatever the dowry money is. She and Caleb hear it. They overhear it. They sleep right above the parents, like. And then so Caleb decides to, for some reason, go out into the forest with the horse. Tomlinson comes across him in the middle of the night for some reason. And then they both go out into the forest and
they come across the rabbit again.
Yeah, and like it spooks the dog. They have a dog. It spooks the dog and the horse. The dog chases after the rabbit. Caleb chases after the dog. Tomlinson just gets knocked out. The horse
fell off the horse.
Yeah, the horse kicks her off, and then the horse just disappears for the rest of the movie.
Last time.
No idea what happened to the horse. That is one thing I am wondering now that I think about it. Like, because the dog gets killed. I'm guessing the rabbit killed it, or one of the witches. Anyway, so Tomlinson wakes up. The dad is like out in the woods looking for them. She goes back to him. Caleb keeps chasing the rabbit until he comes across a witch's hut. She like seduces him, and then he disappears for like a good 15 minutes. Then they pretty much blame Tomlinson for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they make her, or she's out milking the goat, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then Caleb shows up all naked, and it's raining and stuff. So he's kind of like, I wouldn't say he's possessed, but he's kind of like possessed. He like spits up an apple, like this bloody apple, and he starts like speaking and
weird, not in tongues, but
he's like, yeah, he's
rambling.
Yeah, he's kind of rambling, and then he like goes through the spell and dies, and like insane kind of thing, and then at the same time the twins start like freaking out and convulsing and all that good stuff. So they accuse Tomlinson of being a witch because there's a earlier part when Mercy, the girl twin, like starts messing around and keeps saying she's the witch of the woods or whatever, and the whole movie they speak to a goat. And then so Tomlinson like was messing around with her and saying she's actually a witch and she cursed all the family and like she's the one that stole Samson or whatever. So at that point when like Caleb's like dying and going all crazy, the twins are saying that Tomlinson's the witch, and then Tomlinson's like, no,
the twins are the witch.
They're the witch because they're always speaking to the goat or whatever. So the dad is like, you know what?
Screw all this.
Screw this. You're all witches.
You are all getting
so
locked up.
He literally like boards them in the goat house with the goats because he thinks they're all evil or he doesn't know what's going on. So as it turns out, the witch comes back, attacks the goat for its milk or whatever, and gives the mom some crazy hallucination with Caleb and the baby. Turns out the baby is just a bird, and it's like pecking at her breast because he's trying to breastfeed it because he thinks it's her son. In the aftermath, the dad goes to look at everything. The twins are gone. The goats are all dead. Tomlinson's
like knocked out again.
Tomlinson's like the only one there. And then he walks out, and all of a sudden, that black goat that the twins have been talking to just runs up and stabs him with its horn. Then it like knocks him into a wood, or into the wood thing he's been chopping all movie. And so then the mom tries to kill Tomlinson. She ends up killing the mom. Tomlinson just passes out because he's hysterical now. Ends up going to Black Phillip, the black goat. Talks to him, and turns out he's actually a demon. or the devil.
or
Didn't
however you
really
want to interpret it.
didn't really say who, but yeah. So she ends up signing her name in his book, and they all go out into the woods and have a grand old party
Yep,
with a
meet
bunch of other
all
witches.
these other witches are there dancing naked around a fire.
Hmm.
Thomason becomes part of them.
Hmm. So yeah, that's the witch. Um, but yeah, uh, really good overall. Um, it pretty satisfying story. Nothing is really left unanswered other than what happened to the horse. But I mean,
I guess we could squeeze that one.
yeah, it's a horse. It wasn't really important, anyways. I guess. Um, like I said, well written, very atmospheric, very tense.
Yes,
Yeah.
very unnerving. It never settles down. Beginning to end, you'll always feel that tension within the movie.
Hmm. I recommend going to see it.
Yep, same
Uh,
here.
just like I said, just expect more of a cerebral kind of horror, not like the cookie cutter everyday horror you get these days. Very old school. In terms of, let's see, usually go on trailers. Okay, so the Purge trailer,
Oh yeah,
that is a trailer that
pretty
pretty
much
much
tells the
tells the
story.
whole movie in the trailer. Like, I really don't feel like I don't need to see the whole movie now because I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to see the movie because I like the Purge movies, but that trailer is just like reveals way too much. It's unfortunate, really. I feel like there's no surprises left for that. Then The Conjuring, that looks pretty good.
James
Looking
Wan.
forward to James Wan returning to horror, and not in a cameo. Um, yeah, Conjuring. What was the other one? Oh,
Hardcore
Hardcore
Henry.
Henry. So Hardcore Henry. If you haven't seen or heard of this, like go look up a trailer right now. You're on YouTube. Just type it in up there or whatever, the search bar. Just go look up that trailer or not. Your choice. Live your life how you want to live it. But anyways, I highly recommend looking up the trailer. It's a very interesting concept. So it's pretty much like a first person shooter
Hmm.
in movie form.
Like you're playing the main character,
Yeah, like
basically.
so he's like this robot kind of thing and you're like watching his feed and like you see his hands when he shoots all that like I said it looks like a first person shooter. So it's not like I mean it's found footage pretty much, but it's not like typical found footage where it's done in such a way where it makes it feel like you're supposed to be Henry.
Hmm.
And I found that pretty interesting. I really don't think that it doesn't look good like in terms of storyline. Like it's very basic.
Yeah, I think
His wife gets kidnapped by some random
he has to
guy,
go save her. Uses
and
his
yeah,
skills.
yeah, pretty much that. So it looks very story wise, but just like the
Yeah,
concept of
the
the way it's
emphasis is
shot.
on the concept.
Yeah, the way it's shot. That's what's really intriguing, and I'll probably go see it solely based off that and to review it. And then the other trailer we got was Green Room, which is again go look up that trailer because I don't want to describe it because I don't remember the whole thing and to give it in good detail. It's like about this band that gets trapped in after a show by like I guess they were like neo Nazis or something,
Yeah, I
and so they're
wasn't sure.
fighting against them. It looks really intense. It looks pretty brutal. It looks like a classic like grindhouse kind of movie. I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably go see it. No other trailers that I haven't really talked about. We got Brothers Grimsby. I've talked about that a bunch of times. And I don't think there's anything else trailer wise,
Nothing
right?
that really popped out.
Yeah, nothing. There weren't many trailers for this one, which was nice. Um, yeah. So The Witch. Highly recommend it. Go
Mhm.
see it. I don't think it's really scary in the sense that it leaves you more unsettled and disturbed, I
It's not the
guess.
typical scare, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah. Again, though, like we watch horror movies all the time, so we're pretty jaded about this. To the normal person viewing, you might actually find it scary, but you will most likely find it more disturbing and creepy than anything else.
Oh yeah.
I give it like an 8.5, 9.
Same here, 8.5. Pretty well done.
Everything worked, shot well, and it was worth it. Like the hype for it met the hype, I would say. We'll be back in a week or two with I don't even know what's opening next week. We'll have something up maybe, and
Just
well,
stay tuned.
yeah, it depends on what's opening, and if it's something like really good, probably next Thursday. If not, next Tuesday, because we'll probably go see it on Tuesday for $6 instead. Yeah, so we'll have to look up and see what's opening and see what we're reviewing next week. But the podcast will be coming out very soon after I upload this. There was somewhat of a problem with the sound file, so we have to kind of re-record episode 3. But yeah, look forward to the podcast. We have a new host with us. I'm not gonna ruin that, but yeah, new podcast coming soon and video in next week or or like I said, next Friday really, or next Wednesday, and see when that comes up. So yeah, until next time,
Alright.
see ya.
See you guys.